everybody, and welcome to another Which Add-on interview. Today I'm joined by Sophie from Figured. Hi Sophie, how are you?
Hi Jeri, how are you? I'm good.
Very good, thank you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Sophie, what you do at Figured.
Yep. So my title was Head of Rural. So I work on a lot of the strategic partnerships with Figured, working with a lot of our accounting partners and our banking partners in the industry. And Figured is obviously a farming financial management tool. So I do a lot of work out in the public space, talking to farmers and industry about what our solution does.
Excellent. Okay. So obviously you've mentioned there that Figured helps farming businesses. In what particular ways does it help farming businesses and their advisors that use it?
Yeah. Absolutely. So Figured's an online farm financial management tool. So it really takes care of tracking your farm production, whether that be milk, meat, livestock, wool, cropping, in terms of the inventory on the farm. And also it looks at farm budgeting and forecasting, so you can look at what your cash position is on your farm and then measuring your actual performance against that. And that's really critical for the farming sector at the moment, because farming is a very volatile industry. Not only do you have no control over your prices that you receive, particularly in the commodity sectors like the cropping sector and milk here in New Zealand, it's also the weather. It's the weather you can't control, and those factors can play huge influences in your income and expenses. So being able to react to make decisions using real-time data is extremely important to making sure a farming business is viable. So our add-on essentially is taking that actual data up from Xero, getting a real-time picture of where we are today, and then using the information to make a plan forward and seeing how we can make money in our farming businesses.
Yes, excellent. Now, I think a key differentiation that needs to be made, which you guys do make once you start looking into Figured a bit more, is that, as you said, it's a financial management system. It's not a paddock management system, for example, which some people make the assumption, or that's what they're looking for when it comes to especially to the farming sector of add-ons. But Figured does track your actuals in areas of production in terms of income and expenses, but it doesn't actually track your paddock down to paddock levels and spray applied and things like that, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right, and there's a good reason for that. You know, there is a lot of great tools out there in the industry that really focus on production and improving yields on farms. And in Australia, it might be in the cropping sector, looking at yield per paddock, yield for improving that. And you know, there's a lot of precision agricultural tools out there, and we don't want to go and replicate that, because if you become a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. And we've found there's been a real gap in the market, particularly between linking that production with the financial outputs of what happens. And you know, that link is a really important part of surviving through volatility in those times. And just because you're increasing maybe more you know, tons per hectare on your cropping farm, or more kilograms of milk solids per hectare on your farm, doesn't mean you're going to be a more profitable business. So we're trying to make that link a lot clearer about how you're actually performing as a business in terms of profitability. And the other part of that is around, you know, this tool isn't just for the farmer. This is a tool that the whole farming team can work around. So that's bringing the accountant, the banker, the farmer, and the farm consultant all onto one platform. And looking at the same set of numbers, because a big problem that the industry has is you might have the farm consultant really focusing on those, you know, production-based software tools, but then the accountant's looking at your numbers and assessing those for tax, and then the farmer's just looking at the cash in their bank account, and then the banker is looking at assessing risk in terms of, should we loan this farmer more money? They're all looking at different numbers, and because of that, there's a lot of confusion around how is this business actually performing, and that's really tough for the farmer. So our concept is around bringing the whole farming team onto the single ledger around financial management.